Hello. Hi. Hi. Mom and mom. Mom and mom. Hi. Hello. Hi, Conquer. How you doing? How's it going? I am starting stream so much later than I thought I would, but you know, oh well. Nice background, thank you. Do you recognize it? Do you know what this is? Nah. Also, Elliot, have a nice lark. Have a good time getting groceries. How are we doing? Happy Sunday. One more day of weekend. One more day left. I tried to make this weekend my like, oh, I'm gonna like relax and reset and like finally recharge, because I have been running around like crazy recently. Because what, basically thinking about it, like about, what was that, 6 months, or not 6 months, 6 weeks ago, I went to Japan for 2 weeks, and then I came back, and then like 2 weeks later I went to Offkai, and then 2 weeks after that I went to AX. And I was like, oh boy, oh no. So this is like the first weekend where I'm finally like, woof, you know, I got nothing on the calendar that's like upcoming. I can like relax and like get my schedule back in order. And then I didn't do that literally at all. But I had fun. I had a fun weekend. What did I do? Yeah, I had work Thursday, Friday, and then yeah, I'll be so for real. I spent like all the Friday night just like DMing Grim, which is very fun, very chill, very fun. And then yeah, no, Saturday I was gonna be like, all right, today's my day. I'm gonna sleep in, then I'm gonna go to the gym, and once I go to the gym, I'm just gonna like relax, do some cleaning of my room, just like chill. As soon as I leave the gym, my friend's like, you wanna be a nerd? You wanna be a nerd and play Gloomhaven? And I was like, that does sound really fun. That does sound kind of cool. I do kind of want to do that. So I played, I went over to a friend's house and played Gloomhaven for, God, I was there for like 5.5 hours. Oh Lord. It wasn't all doing Gloomhaven. Like, we had like dinner and we like drank, and you know, which also again was probably not a good idea for my like recovery weekend. I should not have been drinking. But oh well. Oh well. I also actually, before we get into the React content, hold on. Because also yesterday, y'all might have seen, hold on. Conquer, you definitely heard it at the start of the stream because I was playing it a bunch. But look at this. Look at our bunny boy. Oh, never mind.
As a small business owner.
Shut up. have had this song on repeat for
for a Saturday night. I gotta see you, baby, cause there's something you should know. Something you should know. You drive me out of control. Drive me out of control. Drive me out of control. I try my best, but I just think I'm too shy. It's not my fault, baby, to be fair. You're too easy to hold. You're too easy to hold. No, I can never let go. No, I can never let go.
I have just been listening to this song non-stop since yesterday. It's so good. It's so good. It's a fucking banger, and also it like loops perfectly, and I'm like, look at this. Can you even tell that it fucking restarted? I'm like, damn. But yeah, fucking, I've been listening to this on repeat, and then I was like, okay, you know, Saturday was, a little more eventful than what I was hoping for. You know, I was hoping to relax a little more, just a little more, just a tiny bit more, but it's fine. Cause Sunday, I've got my Kamiyoshi doing a little debut. And I was like, oh, rare Sunday pup stream, let's fucking go. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do that. That's probably gonna be at that's probably gonna be from 9 a.m. to noon. Probably be too crazy of a stream. And then I can maybe take a little nap. I could finish cleaning my room. I could maybe even go to the gym if I was feeling crazy. I could go get groceries. Meanwhile, Buff was like, you know what? I never get to raid in Shia, so I'm gonna stream for 7 hours. I'm like, well, I guess I'm here for 7 hours. Which was so fun. Let me pull up, hold on. Let me pull up. Did this start playing? Oh yeah, it did. There it goes. Conquer, did you see the new model? The new model? I can hear myself. Nope. That. Need to go here. Videos. Clips. From the past. Oh, that works. New model? Oh, you haven't seen. Oh, hold on. Bada-boom. Oh.
Thick boys? Dang, Trent, look at these. Oh, sorry, that caught me off guard. It was so wet. Oh my god, that scared me.
God damn it, Buff. God damn it.
Instead.
But of course, you know, very important.
Thick boys? Dang, Trent, look at these. Oh, sorry, that caught me off guard. It was so wet. my god, that scared me.
Do this one.
Damn me, basking in the basking in the moonlight when I'm waiting to turn into a full werewolf.
I love her. I love her. Because, oh my. What's this?
I love foreskins.
That's my community. That's my community. Wait, which one's this one?
Yep. Bless your heart. You're welcome. Oh, look at my watch, chat. It doesn't work yet again.
I'm looking.
Okay?
I'm looking.
I wear watches, but they don't ever work. Or it's an Apple Watch, and I have to like. Oh my god.
That's quite big.
Thanks.
Impressive.
Very impressive.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I know. I know what I got. Don't
Let
worry
me see
about
if
Thanks.
Oh yeah, this one. This is what I really want
Wow.
to show.
Can you be a plane too? Let me try.
Oh. She's perfect.
I always have like a silly.
She's perfect. I love
I
her.
always have a silly pose because Rad likes to do silly poses. Last time it was pose 28, and now it's just T posing. So, me when I'm trying to do my squats for the day. Boom. Also, the funny poses are always going to be a little scuffed, so. But I'm glad you like it. Yeah. Hell yeah.
This has been just my entire morning. I'm like.
Interesting. He's blushing. Oh, why is he watching the lore? Why is he watching it? What is he watching?
What's he looking at?
What could it be? Did he survive? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe.
Going to do that night.
He might have survived. Who knows?
Maybe. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. And you know, it's all good. Oh, my board. So yeah, I straight up just sat and watched Buff stream for 7 hours. It was a fucking magical 7 hours. It was fantastic. But yeah, how have you guys been doing? How you doing, Conquer? How you doing? I'm getting around to it. I'm doing the Warframe. Or not Warframe. Warhammer. There's too many war something games. I'm like, Warframe, what? But yeah, I figured we'd just chill. We'd watch some, Warhammer. Warhammer lore. Doing good. Twitch seems to have fucked up my win resub. Oh no. Is it trying to make you lose your streak? Oh no. Oh no. That's fucked up. Yeah, I hope you figure it out. Oh, speaking of Winry. Oh. Hold on. Winry has been cooking. Hold. On a cloud and a yeah, look at this. Winry. Oh my god. Come on. Over here. I'm gonna do this. Do bump. And then I do bump. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Love it. Love to see it. spin dragon. There you go. Yeah, no, Winry. Actually, also, yeah, no. So Winry's making a bunch of buff art, and I'm like, I fucking love that. I'd love to see it. Let's fucking go. Because there was also, where was it? Dom-a-dom. Dom-a-dom. Oh. Oh, there it is. Dom-a-dom. So, oh, it's so big. Oh, wow. It's almost too big. Something I never thought I'd say about my community. Wow. My sub is fucked up, but I still have 5 Winry emotes from the bits. Is it the bits emotes? Oh my lord. Oh, don't lose it. Don't lose the image. Come on. It's so huge. Those are perfect. The perfect emotes. Buff buff. Hot. Love to see it. You'll love to see it. There was also... Because now that I think about it, I don't think I ever showed it off on stream, did I? Hold on. Ba-da-bum. Guys, we can fucking jam it out. We can jam it out. Just bum, 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 bum. I feel like this song actually fits this one really well. But yeah, no, I think it's adorable. I think when we did such a good job with the jam. Yeah, no, I still have one more commission open for Winry. Yeah. And then I need to think about what I want to commission next, because I'm out of emote slots. I'm like, fuck. I can't add more emotes. I'm sorry, I can't. There's no more. So I need to, I have an idea of some things I might want to commission Winry for. Maybe. But yeah. Cool. Mom. Number mom. I think that was everything. Again, I hope you're doing well, Conquer. I hope you've been chilling, minus the Winry sub fuck up. I hope you're doing well. You know what I'm tempted to do? Hold on. Always a great day with an OC stream. Aww. Thank you. I don't quite think that I'm deserving of that praise, but I appreciate it. Stands on the moon, that moon, da 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 da. No, yeah. Yeah. Basically, for the stream, Conquer, I'm glad you're here, cause, yeah, I wanted to learn about the Warhammer lore. Yeah, no. Hi, Grim. Grim, such a good boy, calling right when you're called. Hi, Grim. Hi. I got distracted looking at dinosaurs. Ooh. Ooh. Of course, Grim, you know? There are 3 factions. I can't wait to see your reaction to. Ooh. Is that an other video? Because this video is like the general Warhammer lore, is that right? And then the other one is the factions one. Ah. But yeah, Grim, I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a good day. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because yeah, no, my knowledge of Warhammer is yeah, basically I watched Mint and Matara's summer special and they had the Warhammer episode. So Matara just like rambles about Warhammer lore for like an hour and a half. But other than that, like I haven't really absorbed much Warhammer content. Oh, I watched like an hour long, like, My Name is Blythe video, and he talked about like humanities lore from like a general standpoint, and like didn't even go into all the like fuckery that was going on, like outside of what like super concerned the Emperor. Yeah, no. Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm kind of excited though. I don't know. I've never done like, I don't know if I've ever really done like pure react content to like a video. Like I've watched videos and I've watched memes before, but like, I don't know. I don't know. Somebody asked where the best place to be in 40k and everyone said dead. True. Though, from what I've heard, even just saying dead doesn't necessarily keep you safe. The best place to be in like Warhammer is like fucking atomized. No remains. Just the best place to be in Warhammer is to not have existed there at all. Like, because I've heard some fucked up things. Like, oh no. Yeah, Grim, do you know much about Warhammer? Like at all? Have you ever been lore dumped about Warhammer? Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious how much of this I'm already gonna know and how much is like, oh. So honestly, without further ado, I think I might just get into it. I might just start watching the video. Streamer starts doing the thing that they wanted to do in the first hour of stream? What? Crazy. Wow. I got lore dumped to one single time on a date with a trans puppy girl. But it was also right after you spent an hour teaching me about Magic the Gathering and I didn't retain anything. I didn't know she could do that. Oh, I know. Shocking revelations. Truly shocking. You know, honestly, let me actually also do... Was it this one? Nope, not that one. Nope. This one? Haha. You know, it's Warhammer. You know, there's lots of death, lots of destruction. I think this one's appropriate. I think this one is very appropriate. So, you know, I'm gonna pause this and we're just gonna go into it. We're just gonna dive right into it, you know? Oh, actually, one other tiny thing I wanted to mention. So, guys, I tried doggy style for the first time in public at AX, which is wild. Such a wild thing to do. And I'm so excited to have more doggy style on Tuesday. When it arrives, I'm like, oh, let's fucking go. And I will not elaborate on the context. Alright, here we go.
In darkness of the 41st millennium exists the Empire of Man, a backwards carcass of an empire comprised of many devoted forces, gigantic
Nice,
robot
nice.
knights, religious machine cultists, and incredibly heavily armored women, most likely.
Who is she? Hello? What? Grim, do you fucking blame me? Look at her. Look at her. I'm sorry. Hello? Shut up, Grim.
With sweltering abs, and one must know what those abs taste like.
You're so right. I already love this video. I love this video already.
My gamer subs flavor is here. Sweet six-pack
Yo.
has arrived. A
I have sweet
delicious
six-pack,
and
and it's
refreshing
so good.
cherry
It's so
pineapple
good.
blend. Play the sound.
I literally had some earlier today. It's so yummy.
Yes, my Bricky's official gamer subs flavor is here. Sweet six-pack, not only in regular energy mode, but also in caffeine-free.
I
The
have the
cherry pineapple
caffeine-free
flavor
of
is
Sweet
not the kind of
Six-Pack.
flavor that just smacks you in the face. It is light, it is refreshing, and it's one of those things where you sip it and you go, not bad.
True,
And next thing you
true.
know, you are having your fourth refill the same day.
True.
And it is available now. Link in the description. Use code Bricky for 10% off your entire order. Not
You
just
already
for
know.
this,
You
but for
already know.
everything you
Gamer
buy.
subs split.
And I'm
Go
not
get gamer
dumb.
subs.
If you buy any of these tubs, regular caffeine-free of my sweet six-pack flavor, you will get a Muscle Girl 32-ounce shaker completely for free. There are only a couple thousand of those shakers, so get it while supplies
Dude, I missed
last.
out on
I
the
cannot believe we
fucking
finally have this,
Muscle
but
Mommy
I told
shaker.
everyone, like, once you find out
God
the
damn
flavor,
it.
you'll be like,
God
yeah,
damn
that
it.
tracks, and damn straight
Ricky
does it
likes
track.
Muscle
Sweet
Mommies.
six-pack
Ricky
available
is a man of
now.
taste
Code
and
Bricky,
culture.
link in the description.
You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. You'll love to fucking see it. Yeah, I've never.
The
Now that I
age
think about
of
it,
no-
I've never watched. Like, I know of Bricky, and I've seen. Let me do this. Let me do that. Oh, that's really quiet. Let's do that. I've never directly watched Bricky's content. Like, I know of Bricky, and I've seen, like, collabs that Bricky has been in, but, like, this will be interesting. I've never, like, really watched Bricky's content. So this will be cool.
knowledge and enlightenment has ended. The age of darkness has begun. Roughly 60 million years ago, there existed aliens. And these aliens lived short, painful lives. They belonged to
Sounds like us.
radiation-stricken worlds and often died of various cancers before the age of 30. These aliens, the Necron tier, looked up to the stars and found
Necrons.
extreme beings of real power. Beings with the ability to create life, the Old Ones of the galaxy. They asked these Old Ones for help. Please cure us of our ailments. To which the Old Ones said, piss off. So the Necron tier gathered together and did the sensible thing. They declared
You know, love it. Love it when god deity figures are just like, no, fuck you.
declared war upon these old beings and were promptly beaten into the dirt back to their short, painful lives. In the world of Warhammer, there is a hell. This hell is not like you and I know it. It's more of an afterlife, a place where dead souls end up. This place has many names: the Empyrean, the Sea of Souls, the Immaterium, and the Ether. But mostly, we just call it the Warp. While you and I know of hell as a place of horrors and punishment, the Warp isn't really that. Not in the beginning. It's energy, but the kind of energy formed from thought and soul. Psychic energy, where the dead souls of people end up in a place that is impossible to understand.
You know, it's lovely. It's lovely to tour other deities' realms. You know? See what the other afterlives are about. I think mine's pretty cool, though. I think mine's the best.
No laws of reality exist. Like, time is merely a suggestion, and it is not something that can be braved easily. The Warp would be like sailing the ocean in a pirate movie. To jump from your ship would be certain death. To stay in the sea for too long on your boat,
Over 8,000 men have permanently broken
Okay,
free from
I
the fever by
do.
watching one single video
I don't
training you can
have a
actually watch by
suitable
clicking the
unblocker,
link
so
could drive a man
Sorry about
mad.
that.
And there are many dangerous things lurking in those depths. Yet, the sea is not evil. It simply is. Mostly. There are more malevolent beings in those waters. Areas that you do
Yeah,
not
guys, write
sail
that down, write that down.
towards. This would be known as the realm of chaos. The realm of chaos exists in the Warp as a special area led by 3 chaos gods. Khorne, the god of combat, murder, and slaughter, with a pile of skulls taken in his name. Tzeentch, god of change, mystery, and deceit, a confusing paradox of lies, schemes, and sorceries. And Nurgle, god of rot, pestilence,
Grim, how are we feeling? How are we feeling about Nurgle? How are we feeling, Grim? Aurelian. That's what I thought. I saw it and I was immediately like, I need to pause, you know? Because, you know, I feel like Grim has some thoughts. Grim has some thoughts. I will say, though, I'm sorry, the mouth design with the long ass tongue, that is pretty hot. That's pretty hot, I'm not gonna lie. He's like me because I stank. Fuck you. Also, welcome back from Larkin. Welcome back, hope you're doing well. The art from Warhammer is amazing. Oh, I'm excited. Cause see, you know, we've got Nurgle, we've got Tzeentch, and we've got Khorne, and I'm like, personally, right now, leaning towards Khorne. Khorne's pretty hot, but I do know. I know there's another. You know? I don't wanna pass judgment too quickly. I don't wanna sell my soul to the first option, you know? I'm not desperate. I gotta shop around a little. No spoilers for Grim. Sounds good, sounds good. I won't spoil. No spoils.
and slaughter, with a pile of skulls taken in his name. Tzeentch, god of change, mystery, and deceit, a confusing paradox of lies, schemes, and sorceries. And Nurgle, god of rot, pestilence, and Genshin impact. All things rot in the end.
sorry,
And grandfather.
I'm sorry, that's a fucking crazy fucking burn. What the fuck? Hold on, I need to hear that one again.
schemes and sorceries, and Nurgle, god of rot, pestilence, and Genshin impact. All things rot in the end, and Grandfather Nurgle is waiting for you with open arms. These gods ruled their respective realm in the warp, sending their many followers against each other in the great game to be the most powerful of all the gods. So the warp exists. Hell is real, parallel to our galaxy, with the realm of chaos and its gods fighting for control. But there are also gods of real space, gods of the normal world too. They're called Catan, and they eat stars.
You think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created?
These star gods saw the plight of our poor Necron tier and how the old ones cast them aside and said, you know what? You guys want immortality? Oh, we will make it happen. We are the gods of the tangible, of real space. We can give you a cure. So then they ate all their souls and turned them into robotic automatons, feasting on their souls and leaving a hollow shell of an intelligence left. That is,
I mean, sucks to suck that they have no souls anymore, but like, you know, it's kind of hot, not gonna lie.
technically immortal. With the power of an entire species' souls, they turned their new robotic slaves on the old ones and hunted them to extinction. The Necron tier, now the soulless, undying Necrons, got their wish at the price of their souls. But we can count the number of kind gods on an amputated hand. With time, the selfish star gods turned on each other, fighting one another for more chances at glory and power. With this, the leader of the Necrons, Zarek, the Silent King, the man who doomed his species when he accepted this deal, waited, planned, bide his time until he seized the perfect moment and turned his legions of undead citizens against the star gods. Gods cannot be killed, but they can be broken. So Zarek broke the star gods into thousands of pieces.
I'm sorry, gods can be what now? Oh. Gods can't die, but gods can be broken? Oh. Wow. Oh my god, Bricky, whoa. What are you trying to say, Bricky? Whoa.
And locked them away in vaults, taking their free will away as they did to them, and sealed them away as basically Pokemon to be used as weapons in the future.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Pikachu!
It's the Void Dragon.
Zarek then, with his perfect memory, exiled himself for his sins, flying out to the darkness between galaxies to atone for what he had done. This entire situation, the genocide of the Old Ones and the rebellion of Zarek, will go down in history as the War in Heaven. It is the most brutal war the galaxy has ever seen and ever will see. This was a conflict that took an entire galaxy-spanning species and pitted them against gods that ate stars. The Necrons, rather crippled from, you know, the War in Heaven, decided to go to sleep in gigantic tomb worlds on various planets until the upstart species of the galaxy died out. And so turns out when you have a war that lasts tens, hundreds of thousands of years and involves the genociding of multiple species, the old ones of the galaxy, and the consumption of souls from an entire race, the warp gets a little wacky. You know, if you had a kiddie pool and it was nice and calm, Corn is over there splashing about, so you don't really go in that direction. Nurgle has explosive diarrhea, so you don't really go in that direction either. But you can still kind of get in the pool. The pool's still fine. Turns out when you add a couple trillion souls to that kiddie pool, it'll make the waves a little more turbulent. And turns out a lot of them like to pick a side, Nurgle, Tzeentch, or Corn. So the once calmer warp, the once relaxing kiddie pool, has now been bloated. A million years of war will certainly make Corn, god of murder and slaughter, more powerful. A million years of war will probably make Tzeentch, god of deception and change, a little more powerful. powerful. And good God,
just
a
a little.
million years of war will make Nurgle, god of decay, oh, just the tiniest bit more powerful.
Just a
Now,
little.
entering that
Just
kiddie
a
pool
tiny
is no
bit.
longer fun, it's dangerous. The warp is now a problem. Hell is resembling hell a lot closer to what we imagined it originally. The Sea of Souls and the Realm of Chaos are now intertwined. So who else to brave the galaxy than a species that won't need to deal with that?
Hey, Meta, remind me where I parked my car.
You're parked in lot 19A.
19A.
Tuesdays are made for tenders.
God,
Get
maybe
8
there's
juicy
some
original
hands.
recipe tenders plus 4 sauces at KFC $10 Tuesdays.
Elliot, over your eyes.
The Eldar are space elves. They have a lot of the traits that you probably think of when you think of elves. Tall, slender, pointy ears, bit more androgynous looking, no matter what DeviantArt will tell you, and a bit stronger on pointy ears, bit more androgynous looking, no matter what DeviantArt will.
I don't know though. I mean, are we sure that DeviantArt doesn't have a point? You know, they could be right.
Will tell you, and a bit stronger on the emotional side. The old ones, as I mentioned, could create life. And when they were getting, you know, absolutely bodied by the Catan and the Necrons, they made some new races to try to help them. One of them was the Eldar. It didn't save them, but they're here now anyway. Oh, and also the Orcs, but they're busy right now. The Eldar are a particularly psychically powerful
love the
race,
orcs.
so they were really
I love
adept at being
everything
able
about
to
them.
handle the new turbulent warp of chaos and good at killing Necrons, hence why they went to sleep. Being psychically gifted is basically like being a wizard, but you get your wizard powers from hell. This is called being a psyker. And basically, if you want to do cool wizard shit like lightning from your hands or reading someone's mind, you can do that, but you siphon the energy to do that from the warp. Luckily, the Eldar are very good at handling this without too many negative effects because, you know, summoning power from the Sea of Souls with the new Chaos friends can be a bit of an issue, but Eldar are pretty good at it. And you see, what's really cool and also awful about Warhammer is that most developed species travel long, faster than light distances by going through that warp. They create a tear in reality to unreality and move through it. Faster than light travel? Cringe. We go through hell itself to deliver your.
Elliot, we're learning about the space elves. I think this might turn it around for you. You could fall in love with the elves. They could be awesome.
packages. For those of you who play Minecraft, you know how the Nether is like a pocket dimension? So moving 10 spaces in the Nether is actually moving something like 1,000 in the real world. That's basically what warp travel is. Just much like in the Nether, there are a lot of things that want to kill you. The Eldar found a way to do so in between realities. Not regular reality, not the warp, something else. A purgatory of sorts. A fabricated psychic realm that allowed them to travel without fearing the negative effects of the warp. The Eldar were the perfect fit for the new galaxy, and they took it with open arms and pointy ears. The empire of the Eldar spread everywhere, and it spread all the way until now. The 21st century. That's right, while you were watching NPC streams on TikTok, the space elves were ruling the galaxy, and they did so for quite a long period of time. The 21st century came and went. Humanity grew and grew, all under the nose of their elf overlords. At this time, humans advanced, your classic sci-fi style way. We began to expand, colonize our solar system, terraformed our planets, created new and more powerful machines and starships. The age of Terra, also known as Earth, but we call it Terra here, was here and existed between the 21st century all the way until the 15th millennia. Not much is known about this time, not much needs to be known. Humanity grew up, sought the stars. It's classic. Then came the years between 15,000 and 25,000, the age of technology, or to some, the dark age of technology. This is when humanity reached a new apex of technological understanding. When you think of sci-fi, there's a lot of things you can think of. Star Trek, maybe Star Wars style. You can go cyberpunk dystopian. The age of technology was deep sci-fi, like a scientific prowess that fringed on magic. This is also when the first ever psychers began showing up in humanity. Individuals with the genetic mutation to be able to access the warp, and then because of that, travel through it. Humanity was no longer constricted to their early ways of travel. With warp travel, they could go anywhere in the galaxy. They equipped ships with gigantic AI machines, with everything you would ever need to know about mankind. And
however, I'm noticing that they're going through the warp and not the clean, fancy webway. This won't end poorly at all. Looks at Warframe lore. The moment that we attempted warp travel, it was like, oh, that was not good. We invited presences we didn't understand, and that was a problem. Oh no.
Sent them out on colony ships to expand their influence across the galaxy. This was truly the golden age of humanity. And with every golden age, there is a fall. While the new human upstarts of the galaxy were reaching new levels of technology and prowess, the Eldar were engaging in
Debauchery!
debauchery! Debauchery! What happens when a species has everything? You can produce unlimited food out of nothing. Your need for farmers and workers, gone. You have dominated the stars and have created a fast travel system that doesn't rely on the dangers of the warp. You have nothing else to do. You have no struggles, no problems, and feel as if there is nowhere else to go. Well, you begin to experiment. The Eldar started harmless enough. You take a serious interest in your species' culture, your arts, paintings, poems, plays. These are Eldar, elves, remember? Their emotions are heightened, more powerful than us humans. So your plays get louder. They start to push on the limits of your hearing ability. Your music becomes different, more deranged. It pushes the boundaries of what is art. The visual spectacle of art becomes more bizarre, more delusional, more eccentric. And let's not forget a very important sense. Touch. Pornography is one thing. Brothels is another. What if they all mixed? What if your brothels were part of your art and music? And what if those became more deranged? The boundaries of debauchery were not just met, but shattered. Next thing you know, murder is commonplace and often mixed with the art, music, and sex. Pain is a common byproduct of entertainment. Whatever sensation you can have must be increased, must be enhanced, must be taken to the limits. The Eldar Empire slipped into a nightmarish realm of debauchery and excess, with the worst of it taking place in a city in the webway.
So see, earlier when we were saying if you had to live in the Warhammer universe, this doesn't sound so bad, I guess so you're gonna say, oh my god, they're just like me. Wow. They just like me for real, for real. I'm like, sounds like a pretty fun era. Sounds pretty cool. Pretty cool. Debauchery.
A black market for these kinds of heinous acts known as Kamara. Some Eldar saw the writing on the wall, saw what was happening to their species and how far they had slipped. So they boarded continent-sized starships called craft worlds and left their empire, seeking a more enlightened, calmer existence among their peers. Some, those in Kamara, pushed it to even greater heights, relishing the pain and torment they inflicted on those around them. All during this, the warp, the yin to the yang of the world, was fed by these emotions, by the psychic power of the Eldar, by the souls taken in these depraved acts on a galactic scale. And just like that, Eldar ended. Slanesh, the fourth chaos god, ended. Slanesh.
What? Am I allowed to look at this? Oh my. Smash, my soul's gone.
The fourth chaos god was birthed into existence and consumed the souls of 90% of the Eldar population. Those that fled were spared the worst of it, and those in the Webway and Kamara were able to stave off the pull of Slanesh so long as they continued to commit horrid acts of torture and violence. But for the majority of the Eldar, their empire died with Slanesh's birth. The new fourth chaos god, she
hot, 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 smash, hot, hot, smash, smash, hot. Oh.
Who thirsts, the god of unspeakable excess of pleasure, pain, hedonism, and perfection had been born. With the fall of the Eldar Empire came the ruin of humanity. Slanesh's birth sent storms in the warp across the galaxy, making travel between star systems impossible. Coupled with a huge classic AI rebellion, as a staple in these sci-fi settings, humanity began to suffer the age of strife. Now, planets that relied on intergalactic travel were completely cut off. Long-range messages normally sent through the warp were snuffed out. If you were a planet that was great at mining stuff but couldn't get food, well, you know that movie about the rugby players in the mountains? Oh, and because of these insane warp storms and fluctuations, psychers began to appear among the human population a bit more often. Now, this initially had them hunted down as witches, because that's pretty common in this setting, but some deemed it right to protect them. Unfortunately for those people, psychers, because they open a gateway to the warp, don't really know how to use their powers well, and they...
Oh, somebody is ready for a new mattress.
No, I'm not. Shut up.
Kinda attract demons, who then force their way through the psyker as a conduit of sorts and begin to slaughter the population of your planet. The Age of Strife was a catastrophic period.
You know, it's just a little oopsie. It's not that bad, just a little oopsie.
Period of time for humanity and set back their progress tenfold over the not one, not two, but 5,000 year period. During this time, the age of humanity that we know began to form. Worlds equipped with large mechs for agriculture began to equip them with weapons to defend from alien and demonic invaders. Over 5,000 years, this became a custom and tradition, dubbing them as night worlds, a feudal society of honor-bound knights in gigantic robots that uphold the chivalric code to defend their worlds and honor. A group of individuals on Mars, after radioactively bombing their planet to become inhospitable to human life, ran their entire lives underground on the few life support systems keeping them alive.
Wait, I'm sorry. Huh? Why did they do that? What? Huh?
Code to defend their worlds and honor. A group of individuals on Mars, after radioactively bombing their planet to become inhospitable to human life, ran their entire lives underground on the few life support systems keeping them alive. Those technicians who could work on the machines and keep them operational were revered, and over 5,000 years went from skilled members of society to full-blown priests. The cult Mechanicus, or tech priests of Mars, formed in the ashes of the Red Planet with a religious fervor and doctrine on the cult of the machine god. And on Earth, or Terra, techno-barbarian tribes waged war across the planet in a Mad Max style of blood and gore, until finally, a mysterious man who lived in the shadows of Terra for millennia finally revealed himself to the populace. His name was the Emperor. He deemed himself the Emperor of mankind. Where did he come from? I don't know. Why is he 10 feet tall and the most powerful psyker of all of mankind?
He's
I
10
don't know.
feet
Why is he
tall?
basically immortal? I don't know. Where'd Cotton Eye Joe go? Who knows? But he's here, and he isn't happy with all of you ripping up Terra. So he began the Unification Wars, where he and a very early version of the famous Space Marines, the Thunder Warriors, reunited Terra under a single banner. With blood. Then, after taking over Earth, he reunited the Thunder Warriors into the fucking dirt. This is where we get the Imperium of Man, also known as the Imperium. The new faction headed by the Emperor of Mankind, with a treaty signed with the Cult Mechanicus on Mars to spread out and reunite humanity after the catastrophic Age of Strife. But first, the Emperor is going to need some smaller versions of himself. 20.
But first, that Emperor's gotta fuck.
Of them. 18 of them, I meant. Gene-crafted sons of the strongest human to ever live. All of them possess unparalleled strategic power, intelligence, formidable strength and size. A real powerful force to unite humanity and stop the chaos of the current galaxy. Speaking of chaos, you ever seen that image of that guy? It's like,
Joke's on you, he's too smart to fuck? Is that why I'm a virgin? Am I too smart to fuck? Is that what's been happening my whole life? What the fuck? Is this my nerd debuff? This is fucked up. This is fucked up. I don't like this guy anymore.
throwing the baby like a basketball. It's about what happened. The Chaos Gods intervened and grabbed the 18 Primarch gestation.
I am not. I'm not. Ragey.
Pods and yeeted them across the galaxy at a whim, everywhere it could possibly go. A galactic game of keep away. So the Emperor had to get them back. So
Honestly though, why does he have to get them back? Sounds like what you should do if you were to have 18 children. Just be like, no, fuck you, goodbye.
begins the Great Crusade, a crusade across the stars to reunite not just humanity, but the Emperor with his fallen sons. The first to be found was Horus. One of the strongest and most noble sons. The Emperor carried with him a legion of newly crafted warriors with genetic material made from their Primarch father. These are the newly made...
People want children? Ew. Gross. Disgusting.
Space Marines. For Horus, his were the Luna Wolves. And as the Emperor continued on his great crusade, he found more and more of his sons, reuniting them with their individual Space Marine legions. Leman Russ, the cunning hunter with the Space Wolves. Rogel Dorm, the Phalanx with the Imperial Fists. Angron, the Barbarian, the very angry with his World Eaters. Fulgrim, the perfect with his Emperor's children. And Jagatai Khan, the swift, the stoic, and his white scars. Those were just some of the 18, and one by one his lost Primarch sons were returned to him, and their Space Marine legions returned to them. The Great Crusade saw humanity once again reconquer the stars, returning worlds of humanity back to the Imperium and killing any and all who stood against their noble crusade. But in the years of the 31st millennia, treachery would break this all apart.
Oh.
We don't know what we did.
Horus, the Emperor's most beloved and favored sons, named War Master for the Crusade, succumbed to the power of chaos and daddy issues. All because of that bastard Erebus. Yo, fuck Erebus. Slowly, Horus would become corrupted.
Erebus. All my homies hate Erebus.
Turning the Emperor's sons against him. This begins the most pivotal moment in our story, and the one that has like 50 books written about it, the Horus Heresy. 9 of the 18 Primarchs turned against the Emperor, and the following years were a bloody battle for the throne of Terra. The Emperor originally was working on a special webway project, just like the Eldar, to make faster-than-light travel significantly easier and safer, really improve humanity to allow them to conquer.
See, this happens if you don't breastfeed your son as a father. Damn, I didn't know. I didn't know. That's tragic. There's over 700 books written in the Warhammer universe. That's so many. That's so many.
Conquer the stars without the risk of
Oh
the
my
warp.
Lord.
Well, this big red idiot named Magnus kind of blew a hole into that. Literally and figuratively. So Big E over there is stuck on a gigantic golden throne, holding back the oncoming rush of demons and powering the Astronomicon. Basically a big North Star for people who are sailing in the warp to help them navigate. The Horus Heresy saw many loyalist and traitor legions pitted against each other in a bloody war until it reached Terra itself. Horus, unable to break through the lines and with time running out, made a gambit and opened his ship up to be boarded. The Emperor took this challenge, quickly allowing someone else to take control of the throne as he teleported his way onto Horus's flagship, the Vengeful Spirit. The Emperor...
So you think you know Wix, do you really?
I don't know Wix, and I don't want to know.
First up,
Lucky.
we've got...
Unable to...
I was gonna make a joke about you don't know how to read, but you play gacha games, and it's actually just walls of text. I can read good. Can I type good? No, but I can read good. That is funny though. I keep getting these like memes that are like, they were like, if you read this and you didn't notice anything wrong, you probably have dyslexia. And I'm like, huh? And then I look at it and it's like, oh, none of those words are in the correct order. Truly, none of those words were in the order that I read them in my head. Like, my brain just like autocorrects super hard every time that I read. And it's like, oh, am I actually reading or am I just looking at selective words and stringing them together? I don't know. Who knows? The ship design is incredible.
Cruelly kill his most beloved son, changed his mind right quick when Horus strangled the life out of his other son, Sanguinius.
Oh no!
I'm sure you've seen this image at some point. The Emperor then said,
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
and proceeded to psychically blast Horus into complete oblivion, killing not only his body, but also his soul.
Oof.
Horribly
Sucks to
wounded
suck.
from this duel, the Emperor is returned to the Golden Throne in order to keep the demons at bay and power the Astronomicon, because without it, humanity would be flying blind. There he sits, slowly dying from his wounds and the strain of powering the Golden Throne. The only thing keeping him alive is feeding upon the souls of 1,000 psychers every single day. This
Damn.
was 10,000 years ago. We are now in the 41st millennium, modern day. Warhammer 40,000.
No way. He said the thing. Ooh. Guys, Soy Jack, he said the thing.
The Emperor remains on his throne. The Imperium is a rotting carcass of an empire, a fascist, xenophobic cult that worships the Emperor as a deity despite him never wanting to be seen as a god. Over the span of 1 million worlds, the ecclesiarchy, the church of the Emperor, is spread throughout. Inquisitors with unparalleled power root out any sign of heresy or lack of devotion to their god Emperor. The other half of the traitor legions move about as Chaos Space Marines, raiding and pillaging the Imperium, while the loyalist half does their best to keep the Empire alive. All throughout this, they must endure Orc invasions, Eldar trickery, the reawakening of the Necron race, and the Great Devourer,
so
the
many
newest
psychers.
tyrannid threat from the darkness between galaxies that has arrived to feast on their worlds.
Yum, yum, yum,
The
yum.
theme of Warhammer 40,000 is regression and intolerance. Every major faction in Warhammer has had an empire that spanned the galaxy only to be crushed back to a hollow shell of what they once were due to their own failings. Culture, the arts, personal freedom, religious tolerance, the simple possibility that alien life might not want to kill us is considered heretical and is often met with a pistol to the head. There is no time for
The parallels are concerning, but we're not going to get into that.
these things. All there is time for is worship of the God Emperor and a million wars to be fought. To be a human in the 41st millennia is 99% of the time to live a horrible existence. To be one of trillions of other humans across a million worlds throughout the galaxy. A galaxy where AI is outlawed, so humans are repurposed and lobotomized to become slaves. A place where lack of devotion is met with death.
Hey though, but like, that's a fucking slay ass hat you have there. Can I worship you for all of my life? Is that allowed?
And if you even have devotion,
Who? What? Who? Where the fuck have these people been the whole time? What? Are these the Tyranids? Is this Matara? Slanesh demons? Oh. How the fuck do I become a Slanesh demon? Holy fuck. Is this what happens when I forfeit my soul to Slanesh? Don't insult Tyranids like that ever again. I'm sorry.
there is a good chance the threats to the galaxy, chaos, and
goddamn.
aliens will kill you anyway.
Goddamn.
Warhammer is a world where you revel in being bad. There are protagonists, there are antagonists, but every faction is some shade of evil. Because playing the bad guys is always more fun. And my friend, you have a selection. So pick up that las gun.
Wait, what? But the orcs don't seem very evil. The orcs are chill. They're just chill-ass vibers. They're not evil at all.
Soldier, you and the other 3 million men and women in this single deployment on this single world in this single battle will now show them the might of the God Emperor. That weapon in your hands has killed 99% of the alien populations in this galaxy. Unfortunately for you, soldier, you're fighting the final 1%. May the Emperor be with us. Glory to the first man to die, for in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war.
Oh my god. Not you. Not you. Whoa. No, go back. Hold on. What was that? No. What was that? Hot. Guys, are we sure that we're not allowed to double major? Double major our souls? Can we go halvesies? Can we just like temporarily give it to one and then just give it right back to the other one? Is that okay? Are we sure? Gonna have to do smash or pass on Warhammer demons. Oh god. Oh no.
Thank you, everyone. I hope I have helped teach you about Warhammer. If you are a brand new person and you want to get a bit more about the world, there are multiple books that do a great job at showing off how the entire universe operates. For the most part, Warhammer is a setting, and often stories are told in that setting with a Warhammer coat of paint. Gaunt's Ghosts is Band of Brothers, but Warhammer. It's honestly one of my #1 recommendations for new people. Assassinorum Kingmaker is an assassin novel involving those
Guys, I think I have to read this one. For no reason at all.
night worlds. This is Mission Impossible, but Warhammer. Bloodlines is Blade Runner, but Warhammer. And the list goes on and on. If I had to recommend a brand new novel for a first-time Warhammer enjoyer, these are the 4 I would recommend. Horus Rising, Caiaphas Cain, First and Only Gaunt's Ghost, and Infinite and the Divine. They are all fantastic novels, and they will get you acquainted with the world without needing to know too much. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Get yourself a Gamer Subs flavor, enjoy the new sweet 6-pack, and if you're curious and you want, you know, just a little lord, you can find him in the description as well on my merchandise store, orchid8.com. Thank you for watching, and may the God Emperor be with us.
Come on. Obviously you're skating.
Awesome.
Jump in my new
No.
EV with me.
Shut
I
up.
found it on cars.com.
I don't care. Alright, that one's fucking sick. What the fuck? Alright, y'all, what do we think? Who are we sacrificing our souls to? Who are the souls going to? What do I think so far? I think it's cool. I feel like... I feel like what's kind of encouraging is I feel like I kind of knew everything that was, like, in this video. Like, from the podcast episode with Minta Matara, like, I think they covered all of this and more. So I'm like, okay, I know what's going on. This is chill. This is chill. But like, that was cool. It was still cool to see. I feel like a lot of, like, especially Matara's knowledge at the time was, like, based off of Bricky's videos. So, like, yeah. But I think it's cool. Hedonism cult, Slanesh. Same. Same. Fucking same. I'm right there with you. Corn was the war god. See, here's what's up. If I were in the Warhammer universe, I'm trying to think what species I'd want to start with, who I would want to sacrifice my soul to, and then who I would want to die at the hands of. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? What race would you want to be? Who would you want to sacrifice your soul to? And who would you want to die at the hands of? Because I'm definitely sacrificing my soul to Slanesh. That's happening. It's gone. It's all gone. Elliot be like, skulls for the skull throne, blood for the blood god, me, Slanesh. Slanesh. See, what do the Tyranids look like? Hold on. Because they didn't talk about the Tyranids at all. Because it was, there's 2 main races that they didn't cover in that video, and I'm sure that we'll get into it with the next one. Let me look. Tyranids. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Next video is only humans. Oh, now I wonder if we should listen to the Mintamatara Summer Special afterwards. We'll see how much energy I have. We'll see what's up. Cause yeah, no, look at this. Look at that. Look at the hot alien creatures with tentacles. Tyranids are in part 2 of the next video. Oh. You know. Oh. On. If I had to choose, I would be human, become a space marine minotaur, and die after buying other space marines. See, I feel like, alright, here's what's up. From what I know, I would want to be born an orc, because they're basically powerful as fuck. They can just do whatever they want as long as they believe that they're able to do it. You know? But they're also stupid. And they don't know shit. And I'm like, that sounds fucking lit. That sounds fun. I've heard so many just like funny stories of the orcs. And I'm like, being an orc sounds fucking lit. So I wanna be an orc. I'd want my soul to be consumed by by Slanesh, and then I'd want to die at the hands of the Chaos God. What's his name? The Blood God? Corn? Because he's hot. I feel like Corn, it would be one of those things where it's like, I'd like be fighting, and then it's just like, sword straight through the chest, and it's like gently like wraps hand behind you to like slowly pull the sword out, and like while just like intensely look in your eyes. I'm like, that sounds like the way to go. You know? No? What's unclear? What's not clear? Also, new Warframe trailer? Have I? Hold on. Did I see it? I don't know if I did. Warframe. Is it the Our History is Smoke? Is it that one? He's just gonna bonk you in the head with this axe? I don't mind a little bonk. I put part 2 in Discord. Ooh, noted. Here, wait, let me watch this trailer really quick, and then we can watch part 1. Oh. Bomb.
Cast and cry, raise the million pylons high. All our kin were bound to fly for that far shore forlorn. Onward high, ooh, but we may tame the sky. Ooh, but we shall distant die on that far shore forlorn.
We swore to carry the sacred light of our dominion into the deepest dark. Oh, that's pretty soon. Oh, noted. It's been noted. I'm intrigued. Seems like we're finally leaving the Hexbind and going to Tau. Ooh. And thank God for that. I hate the Hex. I still need to... I need to look into the like newer Hex stuff. Like, I haven't played whatever story is associated with like the Saren Hex member. Like, what's going on there? I need to do that sometime. But cool. Skibbity hick stick. Grim, do you know what we're talking about when we say skibbity heck stick? Do you know? Because if so, I need to bless your ears with the skibbity heck stick. Hold on, I can totally find that. Because I definitely posted NAR. Hold on, I'm pulling up a short. Where is it? Oh, I can hear my older voice here. Oh no. Y'all, we're gonna ignore my older voice. We're gonna ignore it. We're gonna ignore it. Because this video... God, what is this video from? That's so long ago. We're gonna ignore it. We're all gonna ignore it. And we're just gonna watch the little video inside of it. Dum dum. Hey yo, bro. Got us right off the rip. No cap. No cap.
I cannot let Doom do any more damage to the love of
Skibbity
life and
hick stick.
destiny.
Victor, what are you thinking?
Victor.
Get me a hex pen. Here, take mine. Thank you. Scribble, 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 scribble. Behold.
Behold.
Skibbity hex stick. What? Skibbity hex stick. No, I heard you the first time. What the fuck is a skibbity hex tech? Glorious. It's glorious, Jace.
Glorious, Jace. Oh my god. One more.
What are you
One more.
Victor, what are you thinking? Jace. Get me a hex pen. Here, take mine. Thank you. Scribble, 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 scribble. Behold.
Behold. Taste.
Skibbity hex stick. What? Skibbity hex stick. No, I heard you the first time. What the fuck is a skibbity hex tech? Glorious.
Glorious.
It's glorious,
Glorious,
Jace.
Jace. Oh my god. Skibbity heck stick.
All you need to do is capture the mission area.
It's the future. The next glorious. Okay, shut up, me. Shut up. Skibbity heck stick. It's glorious, Jace. It's glorious. Oh my god. The story of Saren, if I remember, you help her with her marriage? Oh. What? You mean her marriage with me, right? Her marriage with me? As a friend who helps a marriage, you... With why not? Why not with me? Oh my lord. But yeah, no. God, I love that little video. Alright, y'all. Y'all? Are y'all ready to lock the fuck in? Because, oh... This is a 51-minute video. This is so long. Y'all, we gotta lock the fuck in. And you know what? Actually, before we get into it, it's just humanity. I'm ready to learn, same. But before we do that, we're gonna take a little stretch break. Everyone, you gotta get up, do a squat, grab some water, go to the bathroom. And when we get back, we're gonna watch the vid. Alright? Sound good? Alright. Make your ass fat. Of course. You gotta do it. Gotta do it. Alright, over here, me. Bye. leave the rest on me. Your eyes, going right by your side. Rest on me, rest on me. Hi, I'm back. How you doing? Mom. Let's turn this down a little. Mom. There we go. And then I pull this up. Love the freeze frame. And then we do bop. Bottom up. Oh. Bottom mom. Almost there. Almost there. Then we do this. Alright, y'all. It's time to lock the fuck in. It's time to lock the fuck in. You know, it only took me an hour and a half to get through a 30-minute video. So in an hour-long video, we'll be done by like 9 p.m. It'll be chill. It'll be fine. It'll be all good. Alright, here we go.
Doesn't necessarily serve the Omnissiah, but someone who can as someone who doesn't necessarily serve the Omnissiah, but someone who can appreciate them, you will not be getting my legs today, as I will be replacing them with various things depending on which faction we are currently talking about, to add a little bit more context and possible comedy to whatever the hell I am currently doing. So, hello everybody, my name is Bricky, and this is going to be a long video and a large project that has been going on for quite some time. This is, I need 2 hands for this. This is every single Warhammer 40k race in kind of a nutshell, explained, a little bit of explanation, a little bit of lore, a little bit of talking about the tabletop, but mostly lore, what they're all about, and also a little bit of background for those of you who just have no clue what Warhammer 40,000 is. Now you see, Warhammer and Warhammer 40,000 is a universe people hear plenty of, but don't know a whole lot about. They see, oh, there's these dudes in big power armor with chainsaw swords, and they got these big old green orcs, and there's some bugs over there, and everyone calls these guys weebs, and then there's these spiky bitches over here, and I don't get it. I don't understand. Where do I start? Well, this video is particularly for you, or for those of you who have a little bit of knowledge, but you're kind of curious about each of the different races and factions in Warhammer. So overall, the Warhammer universe is vast when it comes to lore and background, and each different faction is so different with the things that they believe in, and some are human, some are transhuman, like where they all have all these crazy ass electronics on them. You've got aliens, and you've got the chaos factions, and there's so much to entail that I decided to embark on this project to tell you what each and every single one of them is about, and what the Warhammer universe is about as well, to give at least a little bit of an intro to this.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Shut up.
Extremely bloated, but very, very enjoyable world that I and many others partake in. So, I will be explaining every single faction in the Warhammer 40k universe, at least all the factions you can play as, and some smaller factions here and there.
I'm sorry, who? Who's this? Who's this? What's up? Are none of you gonna tell me about the space wolves? I'm sorry, what? Huh? There's a Warhammer store a few miles away from my apartment, and I've always wondered how there could be just a whole store just for Warhammer. I think I'm starting to get it. Oh my god, surprise? Furries in space? How the fuck is this the first I've heard of the furries in space? What the fuck? Because we've got the space wolves, we've got the orcs, Slay, but also, what the fuck? What the fuck? How has no one told me about this? How could you? Have you betrayed me? Dum-dum.
There. I will not be discussing absolutely everything in it because that is a little bit much, and I'm not going to go too mega deep into the lore. I'm going to give you a pretty solid overview of each of the different factions and have you learn a little bit about them, and we'll discuss a little bit of the tabletop as well in case you were curious about that. But for this episode entirely, we are discussing the Imperium of Man because that takes up a fat chunk of Warhammer lore. What is Warhammer 40,000? Well, the 40,000 starts off is the year 40,000, the 41st millennium. That's where it takes place, is in the year 40,000, 41,000 AD. You're already more knowledgeable. Let me read you a quote, first of many quotes in this video. It is the 41st millennium. For more than 100 years, the Emperor has sat immobile on the golden throne of Earth. He is the master of mankind by the will of the gods, and master of 1,000,000 worlds by the might of his inexhaustible armies. He is a rotting carcass, writhing invisibly with power from the dark age of technology. He is the carrion lord of the Imperium, for whom 1,000 souls are sacrificed every day so that he may never truly die. To be a man in such times is to be amongst untold billions. It is to live in the cruelest and most bloody regime imaginable. These are the tales of those times. Forget the power of technology and science, for so much has been forgotten, never to be relearned. Forget the promise of progress and understanding, for in the grim
they're in you.
dark future, there is only war. There is no peace
Damn,
amongst the
that's such a shame,
stars,
Al. That's
only
a
an
shame.
eternity of carnage and slaughter and the laughter of thirsting gods. Everything blows. And it blows fucking hard. Warhammer is probably the most dark and depressing universes ever in fiction, or at least like top 3. Everything is so absurdly horrible, destructive, or overpowered that it all kind of ends up canceling itself out. It's like Dota. War rages across the galaxy. Interstellar travel is only possible due to sacrificing 1,000 souls a day to a rotting carcass of a man who you believe to be your god. Demonic gods and just demons tear open the fabric of reality on a whim. Other Xenos or even other humans end up killing each other in untold billions across the galaxy. It is a time of unending war, slaughter, and a bloodbath amongst everybody. Planets are deemed unrecoverable and are completely destroyed on a whim. Everything sucks. But that's like the charm of it. See, everything in Warhammer is evil. But being evil is kind of fun. Like, humanity, in its own right, is a xenophobic, prejudice, and religious zealot group that kill each other just as much as they kill all of their enemies. And they're like mid to high tier evil on the.
Welcome on in, Willow. How you doing? Welcome on in. We're just learning. We're learning about Warhammer lore. We just recently learned about the kind of like very general timeline. And now we're learning about all the factions of man. Welcome on in. Hope you're having a good weekend. Hope you're doing well. Do you know about Warhammer? What do you know? Are you a Warhammer fan? Or are you also learning like I am? Peak Hammer 40k?
The evil scale of Warhammer, nobody is good. No matter who you
so
are.
There's an evil scale? I just noticed the top of this. Evil scale, my rolls, that guy, Tau players, Imperium of Man, Eldar Orcs, Tyranids. The Orcs are more evil than the Tyranids?
Evil on the evil.
Playing low tier for fun. Playing by intent. Guy who brings food. True. guy who brings food is always automatically least evil. I know squad, so this is pretty much throwing me headfirst in the waterfall. Welcome. Welcome on this beautiful journey. Basically, I mean, they're kind of explaining the what is Warhammer right now. Basically, there are lots of aliens, there are evil chaos gods, and everything is bad. Everything's bad, and everyone's trying to kill each other.
Scale of Warhammer, nobody is good. No matter who you are, everyone is some flavor, some color of evil. Whoever you pick, you are going to be the bad guy. But that's the fun of it, because being the bad guy is badass. Villains.
I approve of that crossover, L. That sounds like a great crossover.
Are cool. They look cool. They got cool outfits. They got cool weapons. They got cool armies. Villains are cool, man. And when everyone is a villain, everyone is pretty cool. That's what makes this so charming, is that everyone can be the bad guy. So let's start off talking about the main bad guy, quote unquote, the Imperium of Man.
Love was nearly lost until Pizza Hut showed up.
Go get her. Hi, I'm Peter.
Pizza's bad. I like Domino's.
The Imperium of Man is the main empire of the human race. All of humanity is under this one flag called the Imperium. And about 10,000 years ago, there was a man. He was the emperor of mankind,
about 10,000
a
years ago,
10-foot tall
there was a man.
psychic demigod who
Everyone wore Pizza Hut scales on the terms of evil. Hold on, let's go back to that real quick. I feel like Pizza Hut is that. He's just that guy. It's just that guy. Nothing could be more evil than my rolls. But I feel like Pizza Hut, they're just that guy. Where you're like, God fucking damn it. What the fuck, Pizza Hut? Get out of here. Nobody likes you. Whether your rations made of human meat or a comet. Oh. Yikes. I like my stuffed crust with galactic war crimes on the sign. Nah, Domino's. Domino's is where it's at. Okay, wait. This man's.
Tons and tons of worlds, create superhuman soldiers, and really bring humanity into a new age. This man, the Emperor of Mankind, was a psyker. And a psyker is like a magician of sorts. In the world of 40K, there is the...
Guys, should I get pizza tonight now that I think of it? I have not eaten dinner. Pizza sounds kind of fire. Probably not very healthy, but like pizza. Why are you pointing a gun at me? What the fuck? Get pizza? Okay, it sounds like I'm getting pizza tonight. Good to know.
Or the Immaterium, kind of like hell, but sort of like a purgatory dimension of hell. And a psyker is someone who can take that power and manifest it through their mind to use it to do stuff, like witchcraft stuff, magician stuff, spells, and lots of other things, but we don't want to get too into that. The Emperor, big boy psyker, top tier, A+, maybe even S. Now the Emperor created a bunch of sons. Yes, created a bunch of sons known as the Primarchs. He created 18 Primarchs to have them lead all of...
Alright, y'all, I'm curious. What's up with the 20? Why does he keep saying there's 20 sons? Actually, there's 18. What's up with that? What's going on? We don't talk about 2 or 11. We don't talk about it. Why not? Why do we not talk about them? What the fuck happened? They were redacted. Why? Why were they redacted? What happened? We don't talk about it. No one knows. I feel like you're lying to me. You're lying. Why won't you tell me? Hmm? No one knows, honestly. Hmm. Their dad just forgot them at the laundromat. No lore as of yet. Oh. Hmm. There are hints. Ooh. But see, here's the thing, like, why would you not just be like, if 2 is just like, we don't talk about it, there's no number 2. Why don't you just make number 3 too? You clearly made them in some chronological order. Like, what's going on? What are we doing?
Of the different legions of humanity to the different stars and plans to help colonize and bring it out. These Primarchs are basically like little versions of the Emperor. Not all of them are psychers, but a lot of them are very, very powerful, and they lead his special Space Marine legions. Then this big clusterfuck happened called the Horus Heresy, where the Emperor's favorite son, the Primarch, Horus, ended up joining Chaos and leading 9 of the 18, half of his Primarchs directly to Earth to fight down the Emperor himself. Now, if you want to know what Chaos is, remember what I mentioned earlier, the warp, that Immaterium, the hellish place? In there relies the 4 Chaos gods. Imagine.
Oh wait, you can't see it. Hold on. Enhance. Enhance. I'm sorry. Smash. 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 Hot smash. Take my soul, please. Current aura farming in the corner. This guy. He's so silly and goofy. He's got like a big smile. He's just got a big smile. Oh my lord. He's just smiling. He's just chilling there. He's like. He's just brewing a little potion. A little potion, but her. Oh. God. You'll love to see it. Hold on. I gotta undo the enhance. Hold on. Alright, there we go. You would have folded for the heretics in a heartbeat? Of course. Of course. Fuzzy means corn. Oh, look at you, you little guy. He's a little guy.
Imagine like Satan and 3 other Satans. The warp being kind of evil, those Chaos gods, that's the reason. And so those Chaos gods manipulated Horus, and then Horus helped manipulate all 8 other Primarchs to lead this giant coup directly on the Emperor on Earth. And they fucked up shit. After this huge civil war, Horus died, but not before brutally wounding the Emperor, and right at the end of his life, they put the Emperor on this large golden throne on Earth, in which he is now alive, just barely, but slowly rotting away, powering something called the Astronomicon, so long as he stays alive, and is fed 1,000 people a day. The Astronomicon is like the North Star. If you want to do interstellar travel in 40K, you need to pass through that demonic warp I mentioned earlier. But how do you know where you're going? Well, the Emperor is there putting a nice little navigator right there. He helps navigate you to know where you're going. If you want to go from Earth to some crazy...
I'm sorry. Alien, you are over here just like... human that has pointy ears? Nah, I could never. Fucked up evil corpse, technologically kept alive. Smash. What's up with that? What's up with that? I like trying to clarify that not smash as if one of them could possibly assume that you want to jump someone astride. Look, I have a bit of a reputation. People think I have no standards. And then I just smash anything. But that's not true. It's not true. I just like what I like. You don't know this, Chan. They're learning. They'll know. They'll understand.
Solar system across the way. You need to go through that warp, and then you need to know where you're going, go through there, and pop your way out. It's like doing nether travel in Minecraft, so you can shorten the distance between going to areas. So long as the Emperor is alive and being fed 1,000 people a day to stay alive, you can do that. The moment he dies, interstellar travel's gone for all of humanity.
I've missed a lot. Welcome. You're here now. And look, Willow. You've seen me over in Grimm's chat. You know how I am. You know what's up. You already know. We get a little freaky, a little horny, a little silly. But you know, it's a fair question of would you or would you not smash the Emperor? And the answer is no.
You're so boned. Now, since the horse heresy 10,000 years ago,
I'm thermal raging. Sure. I mostly communicate with these real cute emotes, so I feel a little misled. I'm sorry, you feel misled by, how are you getting misled? Was it this one? Was it this one? Was it this one? Where was the confusion? Oh my lord, but yeah, no, I love to use the buff puppy emotes. I love to use them, but it's a cover, you know? It's all about that, like, gap moe, you know? Cause, like, you can talk, like, super cute and, like, super and then you can just say the most depraved, horny shit in your life. You know? Mom. I don't know how I feel that I made half of those. You should feel pride. You should feel so proud, Grim. You did amazing. My memory fails me as I come to realize. Oh my lord. When the most calm person in chat is me, an asshole, you know how things are. Oh my lord, I'm cute. Am I? I don't know. Am I? Am I, please? No. Alright, bye guys. I'm kidding. Not all the time. Why not? Do I look gay?
the Imperium has fallen from grace substantially. All technology has started to dwindle and die. There is now giant fundamental religious extremists that now believe the Emperor of Mankind was a deity, a true.
Over 8,000 men have permanently broken free from the P word by watching one single video training that you can actually watch by clicking the link.
Living God, which is probably the last thing the Emperor would have wanted to be remembered for. So now you have this thing called the ecclesiarchy, which is this giant church entirely devoted to spreading.
You're a furry. Of course you look gay. What? Oh, I'm so glad. Oh my lord. Oh my. What? Just because you're a furry doesn't automatically mean you're gay. You just have a really high chance of being gay. You know? You know? Of course, the ad you pulled is about some hyper-masculine absent. I know. I don't know what the fuck is up with YouTube ads. They're fucking weird. Name a straight furry. Papa Mutt has a wife. Papa Mutt? Is Papa Mutt? I don't actually know what his sexuality is now that I think about it. Hold on. Papa Mutt, he's not straight though, damn it. But he has a wife. He has a wife. Darn. He's real gay. Darn. Fuck. I thought that's like the one thing where I was like, maybe? Maybe? Hmm. A straight furry. Grim, do you know any? Grim, I need help. Do you know any straight furries? Grim, I don't want to be wrong. Are there any? Not 100%. But like, is there like one example? Lemon Russ? I don't know what that is. I don't know. Alright.
The good word of the Emperor. He is now the Holy Emperor God, the God Emperor of mankind. And all of the Imperium has taken up worshipping him to the fullest extent and killing anything that isn't humanity in his name. The Imperium has this futuristic gothic tone to it and a hefty religious zealotry to them. If you think anything against the Emperor, that's heresy and you deserve to die. That is called being a heretic. Heretic.
I don't know what I just paused on, but I was gonna be like, damn. It's just like me and my Kamiyoshi. You say anything bad about Buff? Heretic. You deserve instant death. Gone. Insta-ban. You know? I get it. I understand.
Die in 40K. There is no such thing as freedom of religion. There is no such thing as freedom of speech, so long as you are against the Emperor. There is no such thing as any kind of tolerance. Everyone is a religious zealot. Some more than others, but no matter what, you're preaching that good word. So right now, everyone in humanity is trying to expand their empire across the stars. If you are a heretic, someone who doesn't believe in the Emperor, you are deserving of death. If you believe in the Chaos Gods, you are also a heretic and you deserve death. If you are an alien race of any kind, you are a filthy Xenos and you deserve death as well. So long as the murder continues and humanity expands, the Imperium of Man is very, very happy. However, the largest fighting force of this Imperium is my personal favorite faction, and the first faction we will discuss, the Astra Militarum, or also known as the Imperial Guard.
Pretty shit now, man. You finished? That's it, man. Game over.
You know what you did. You know. Okay, so I feel like this is the part where we're gonna go out of what I know. Cause I know like the general lore and most of the like alien species, but I don't know like the factions that are involved with humanity and all that fun stuff. So this will be interesting.
The Imperial Guard is the main fighting force of the Imperium, and in a world of horrifying creatures, galactic monstrosities, the literal demons themselves breaking through the fabric of time to kill you, the Imperial Guard are untold billions of regular men and women wearing modern day like flak armor with a laser rifle.
Just a regular guy, you know? Just a regular guy.
This is the humble las gun, the main weapon of the Imperial Guard. It fires superheated plasma lasers at an extremely fast fire rate. It is reliable, never jams. It can blow off limbs,
Of course you do.
giant
Of
holes
course
in
you do.
concrete. It is overall an extremely devastating weapon in modern day. It is one of the weakest in the 40K universe.
On a distant world,
It's a
you
flashlight.
faced the enemy.
What the fuck is this?
And all the while, you were vacuuming. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen.
Not the worst advocate. No,
One
no, no,
platform,
one. God
any
damn it.
website. Unlimited creation.
Be gone.
Yeah, a laser rifle that never jams, it could blow off limbs, one of the weakest weapons.
Are the death
That's the
corps
world
of
we're in right now.
Prank?
But who cares? Because the Imperial Guard has, in each battle, 500,000 of these men and women. 30,000 large armored tanks, 10,000 artillery batteries. The Imperial Guard wins through sheer numbers and firepower. They kind of have this World War I, World War II style aesthetic with legions of guardsmen as well as high company commanders and generals on the field along with them, and multiple kinds of troops. A normal Imperial Guard battle starts off with artillery, long lines of artillery, cracking the crust of the planet underneath the enemy's feet. And as this barrage continues, hundreds of thousands of guardsmen, a sea of guardsmen surges forward, firing and charging at everything possible while the planet rumbles as tanks roll up behind them. Gunships block out the sun and tanks block out the dirt with the steps and hoofprints of millions of guardsmen. It is through numbers and sheer sundering firepower. They are the first and last line of defense for the Imperium and make up a huge bulk of the battles.
I love how these guys are literally just like the 1 billion lions in the like 1 billion lions versus one of every Pokemon like argument. It's just like they're just the 1 billion lions. They're not special, and they can probably all get wiped by just like one powerful enemy. But there's a lot of them.
Imperial Guard is also made up of tons of different kinds of regiments. The Catachin jungle fighters live in a death world that's more hospitable than almost any firefight they'll ever get into. So they just have this steroid-looking, giant knife, Rambo Predator-looking sons of bitches, where nothing is anywhere near as scary as a simple knight on their home planet. You have the Valhallan Winter Soldiers who haven't felt their toes in 300 years, the Mordian Iron Guard who are more interested in making their shoes shine than actually fighting a battle, and then of course the big one, the Cadians from Cadia. The biggest export of guardsmen in the entirety of the Imperium. You will fire your first gun at 5. You will disassemble and reassemble it at 10. You will have pounding artillery drills day in and day out at 15. And you'll fight your first Swarm Lord at 16. And if you mention Cadia, you will burst into an unrelenting amount of tears and sadness like I do daily. To quote, I have at my command an entire battle group of the Imperial Guard, 50 regiments including specialized drop troops, stealthers, mechanized formations, armored companies, combat engineers, and mobile artillery. Over 500,000 fighting men and 30,000 tanks and artillery pieces are mine to command. Emperor, show mercy to the fool that stands against me, for I shall not. The Imperial Guard are my personal favorite faction in 40K. They're the army I collect the most, the ones I enjoy playing the most, and the one I enjoy in the lore sense a lot. There's something about just a regular man with a laser rifle being told to charge the horrors of this universe and willingly doing so for his god emperor. It's just poetic. They actually represent the main Imperial Guard tactics pretty well. Large amounts of artillery that doesn't require a line of sight, lots of tanks, tons of infantry, drop troops, and gunships. Overall, they're pretty similar to how they sound, though a little bit expensive to collect, unfortunately.
The guy loves the humble yet unkillable human spirit. Oh my god. I don't know why this is happening, but like, for like a short period of time, my feed was just nothing but like these like crazy animations of like the aliens like encountering the indomitable human spirit for the first time, and it's just like one dude just like super fucking bloodied and like on the verge of death but like still getting back up and shit like that. And I was like, damn, this is kind of like this is kind of cool.
And they don't hit a lot. They have a bit of a bad aim, but you don't really care because you're just drowning them in shots. However, if you want more accurate fire and specialization, we can move on to talk about Space Marines. The Angels of Death are up next. Space Marines are genetically engineered super soldiers and superhumans. They're given extra organs, their skin tissue is toughened, their bones are stronger, they're taller than the average person. They're pretty massive people, and these are the specialized super soldiers that carry out a lot of the more specific tasks for the Imperium. And there's tons of legions of them. In fact, there's one per Primarch. Each Primarch, the Emperor's son, as I mentioned before, oversees their legion of Space Marines. The genetic upgrade they get is based on the genes of said Primarch. It's something called a gene seed. That's what brings them up to this like superhuman level. As stated, each Primarch has their own legion. Robot Girly Man has the Ultramarines, Jagatai Khan has the White Scars, Rogel Dorn has the Imperial Fists, Corvus Corax has the Raven Guard, and there's a whole bunch of other side sections that are also extremely interesting and have a little bit more of a twist on the average Space Marines, which we will discuss in a bit. Humorously enough, I don't have a whole lot to say about Space Marines. They're superhumanly fast. In fact, it's been said that nothing that large should move that quick. These men in power armor moving at blazing fast speeds, their reflexes are faster, their skin is tougher. They are overall just extremely powerful soldiers. In fact, where they differ comes down to which Space Marine Legion we're talking about. For instance, the Ultramarines done by Robot Gilliman are the main blue boys, strong in almost every way, the jack of all trades kind of group that are a little bit too strong, and that's a lore problem, but the White Scars by Jagatai Khan are all about speed freaks, go fast. We're talking attack bikes, we're talking land speeders, you want to go in quick, you want to hit them hard.
Guys, they're red, so they must be so fast. Right? Because that's how it works. Red things go faster, right? God, they must be so fast. They must be so speedy. Red won't go faster. If Coco were a human fan, I think you would like the White Scars. Ooh. Why is that? Why?
You want them to be swarming around like buzzflies. Buzz saws. With the speed of buzz saws.
Hey Meta, got any recipes for two?
How about a seafood paella?
Fuck you, Meta. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Okay,
Somebody is ready for a new mattress.
How about this one? Just for you. $9.99.
Fuck you, Pale King. Salamanders love fire. Fire in the forge, fire in battle. Flamers, melta-guns, multi-meltas.
Is it just me or there are a lot of ads lately? I don't know. Is it because it's like summer? Though I feel like, if I'm not mistaken, like, YouTube updated their, like, anti-ad block. So I feel like that might be what's going on. I think there are new ad blocks that actually work, but I haven't looked into them. They have the attitude of, I don't give a fuck. Fucking Liz, stop.
Just so long as something can be burning, that's big. And they're also actually some of the nicest of the Space Marines. A lot of Space Marines have this kind of like holier-than-thou thing because of their genetic strength. However, the Salamanders tend to put human lives above the lives of themselves, which is actually rather rare. They're also all black, but not like just regular black, like 2 a.m. line at a White Castle black. Like they have a charcoal, dark, ashy exterior and blazing red eyes. Apparently something about living on their home planet of Nocturne, which I don't know if that makes much sense, but who cares? This is like fantasy land anyway. Overall, Salamanders are actually one of my personal favorite legions because they're just really cool. They're fun to play as because of all their flamer weapons, and they have a nice like more heartwarming lore as opposed to being super evil like everyone else is. Oh my god, we're not even a quarter of the way through the Space Marine Legions. Imperial Fists believe in the power of the siege and defensive positions. Raven Guards, master of stealth and sabotage while having bird helmets. Iron Hands, masters of machines and vehicles while being really goddamn good at being sold on eBay after one nerf. Space Wolves, Vikings and wolves and tons of wolves and axes, battle axes, fur everywhere.
Fuck the Ravens. The Space Wolves? Hot. Love to see it. Hot. I'm on board. I'm on board.
Space Wolves, angry, big teeth, Blood Angels, the genetic defect to make them want to drink blood and go crazy, called the Red Thirst. They have Cupid wings and stuff, which is a little bit strange, and they are all super gay for Sanguinius. Dark Angels are old school, nice, and inner circle theme, and...
Nerd Angels?
Are you a heretic?
Me? No, never. Once from the blue moon, I know.
Deathwatch, fancy anti-Xenos group that nobody plays because Deathwatch, and they look cool though, but no one plays them. I don't know about Deathwatch. They're there though. Black Templars, for the people who, if you haven't prayed at least 3 times a day, you're gonna start praying out that airlock. And I'm sure there's some other chapters I may have missed as well, like Crimson Fists and stuff, but those are the main ones right here. Here, quote from the Emperor himself. They shall be my finest warriors, these men who give of themselves to me. Like clay I shall mold them, and in the furnace of war I shall forge them. They shall be of iron will and steely sinew. In great armor I shall clad them, and with the mightiest weapons shall they be armed. They will be untouched by plague or disease, no sickness shall blight them. They shall have such tactics, strategies, and machines that no foe will best them in battle. They are my bulwark against the terror. They are my defenders of humanity. They are my Space Marines, and they shall know no fear. And on the tabletop, they fuck. Oh, they fuck hard. As of making this video, Space Marines are laughably strong.
Wait. There's fucking in Warhammer 40k board game? I want to play the class that fucks. What? Wait, I need that to help cancel out my nerd debuff. Depends on who you play with. I like the contrast between this endless hellish holy war lore with the background pop music. That's for me. That's for me to pay attention. Because if I did not have music, you'd just see me just be like, I need the, this is your Subway Surfers, exactly. I just need some background music just to be like, okay, I'm locked in, I know what's going on. Yep. So that's why we have it there. I did, when I was thinking of what to do for this video, I was seriously considering, like, playing this and having it, like, and then just having, like, a little screen, like, right up here or right up here, and it would just be, like, me farming my gacha games and doing my dailies on gacha games. Just to be, like, pure ADHD, just, like, multitasking like 4 different things while I listen to this lore video. I did think about doing that, but I was like, no. I will give it the proper attention it desires, you know? But if I don't have background music, it's over. It's over. I can't.
Might change at some point, but overall, Space Marines just have it's like a Swiss Army knife, a tool for anything you need, except it's like a gold-plated Swiss Army knife. It is extremely strong. If you are actually getting into the tabletop of Warhammer, Space Marines are a great start.
Exactly.
Also, whatever gameplay style you have, whether you want to be sit back with long range and heavy weaponry, go fast and run in, or even just full melee, all of these options are totally there for you. Space Marines are super.
The proper attention calls for extra attention. The succubus chaos lord. True. True. You're so right. You're so right. You think if I didn't have background music, that I would be thinking of anything other than the background, than the hot, sexy succubus chaos lord? I'd be having this video playing, and then just alt tab, I'd be like, Slanesh R34. Be like, what's going on over here? I'm like, whoa, nice. But no, we're focused on this.
Badass.
We're focused
and
on this.
unfortunately, it's time we start praying to our new god, the 2011 Honda Civic.
So is it any wonder people are afraid of technology?
Technology! The Adeptus Mechanicus.
Technology.
The Adeptus Mechanicus are a technophile cult on Mars. Now, these people are a little bit weird because they don't actually really believe in the Emperor of Mankind. And you might think, oh, whoa, Berkey, that sounds like some heresy. A little bit. They believe in the Emperor, they believe in his power, but they don't pray to him. They pray to something called the Omnissiah. And the Omnissiah is this kind of machine god that they believe permeates in all machines. And if you think, well, wait a minute, they believe in a different god as well? That sounds like super heresy. Well, yes-ish, but they also make all your guns, and they make all your tanks, and they make everything that you have. So you can't really tell them to fuck off because you're not gonna win nothing if you don't got stuff to shoot people with. See, their Omnissiah at least makes sense from their standpoint. They believe it to be a deity that permeates through all machines. Your Honda Civic, your standard bolt gun, your Dune
God, I love my Honda Civic.
Strider Walker, your giant mechs, your huge ships. The Omnissiah is present through all. And the only reason your stuff works is because the machine's spirit.
Hell yeah, on the means of production against the space human emperor, of course. As you should.
In it says it works. If you want your gun to work, your tank to run, you must pray to it. And I mean full stop. You need to start chanting in high Gothic. You need to burn incense. You need to sit on your knees and pray to that car. You need to rub oil on your robes, and you need to go ahomina, homina, 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 homina. Full stop. If you want your damn thing to work, if you want your gun to fire, you need to do that. They are very bizarre, and they actually have a bit of a point because it's obviously working. And if you look at them,
welcome back as Team California plays to beat the heat. There's a flex alert. And
I don't know how that works. So they obviously know something about what they're doing. The most notable member of the Adeptus Mechanicus is
Willow, that's so good. I pray to that every night, you know? I love praying to my machines, being like, please work, and please work as well as you can. You know?
Archmagos, Magos, whatever, Belisarius call. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Yeah. This is the group we're talking about. These are these weirdos. Here, the Omnissiah Creed. The credo, Omnissiah. There is no truth in flesh, only betrayal. There is no strength in flesh, only weakness. There is no constancy in flesh, only decay. There is no certainty in flesh, but death. Flesh is weakness, flesh is death. The Omnissiah.
Okay, but like, kind of bars? Like, you kind of spitting, like.
Is the god of the machines, and if you wish to be whole, if you wish to be holy, if you wish to give unto him, you must saw down your limbs and remove your organs and replace them with mechanical parts, because that is what he wants, and that is how you will become enlightened.
Wait. So, these, like, Adeptus Mechanicus? Why aren't they just like homies with the Necrons? Surely they see the Necrons and they're like, oh, yeah. Yo, where you get those hot robot bodies from? Oh my god. Can we fuck? There's lore behind that? Oh. What's the lore? What's the lore? Why do they not fuck with the Necrons? What?
Hard technophiles mixed with religious extremism. Adeptus Mechanicus. Now, for their army side of things, they are with the Skitari. The Skitari operate.
Okay, no worries, Conquer, no worries. Because they're aliens. Ah, darn. Space racism strikes again. Fuck. Deep lore. Oh.
With very bizarre weaponry and lots of different kinds of vehicles, tanks, and different people in between. They're very weird, but they have extremely wacky and enjoyable, and in fact quite effective, both in the real game and in the lore, weaponry and gear. Overall, as an army on the tabletop, they're very weird and have a whole bunch of different shenanigans, but if you like kind of that quirky, wacky techno thing, I'd give them a pickup. Hell, they're so paranoid. I gotta keep going.
Conquer start fansly streaming just to explain Warhammer lore. It's specifically on Fansly, so he can, like, whenever he wants to show off something, he's like, oh, and look at this Rule 34 image that I saw of this. Like, take a look at this. Like, I can see it. I'd tune in. That'd be awesome.
So paranoid and crazy. These Dune Striders you see right here, one guy was able to make them work. One guy, and he died. And they're so scared they'll never work again that they keep them on and they never turn them off, and they run around in a circle the whole time until they need them, and then they corral it and they go into battle. Yep. The Adeptus Mechanicus. Now, if you want to talk about faith, though, let's talk about the Sisters of Battle.
A simp has fallen for an eagle in Lego City.
The Sisters of Battle of the Adeptus Sororitas, if that's how I pronounce it correctly, is an all-female group of battle sisters going through the ecclesiarchy section of the Imperium. The ecclesiarchy is, of course, the church. This is, imagine a private army of the church, which is scary, and it is. The sisters are an extremely zealotous force, and they take this to a full extreme. They believe in three main things: faith, martyrdom, and fire. Through the bolter, the flamer, and the melta, the Sisters of Battle are extremely potent at taking out chaos and heretics. Mainly heretics, because as they are a fighting section.
Also, Pricky in the long skirt is fucking killing me.
Of the ecclesiarchy church, that's the big thing they want to kill. Any form of heretic will face the Emperor's justice through those three main weapons: the bolter, the flamer, and the melta, and they will do so with extreme prejudice. Literally. They are the closest things we have to nuns in space, and I'm talking hardcore nuns. They carry holy fire on their backs. They have holy, like, books and sigils all across their armor. Their main battle tank is a fucking pipe organ missile launcher. They have small babies that they have, like, removed their brain capacity to make them little servant cherubs to fly around and give them ammunition and shit.
Yeah, fuck them kids. Fuck them. Just rip out the little brain, and they can be little ammo babies. Oh my god. Love the sisters.
They drop churches from low orbit as mini drop pods onto battles. They drop churches into battles, and they blare war hymns and holy music from their frigates in low atmosphere.
Now this is religion. This is the kind of religion I'm looking for. Evangelical Christians could only dream of being this effective. I'm a church grim for this fucking church now. As you should, as you should.
And shower holy water across the battlefield. These are the people you are dealing with, and they're fucking awesome. They can literally stave off demons on the tabletop because their faith is that strong. Remember the warp, the demons from the warp? Well, the warp also manifests in your mind. All of your emotions, negative and positive, go through the warp. It's the immaterium, the place of all things. So if you are that mentally fortified, that mentally strong, you can stave off horrifying demons. And all these girls, oh, not a crack.
So
not
hot,
a crack
so
in that
hot.
mental armor. Now, as much as a meme as they are, and as much as their models look a lot like Ongo Gabloglian, yeah, which I can't unsee any.
Hold on, wait, hold on, wait, hold on, wait. Oh, my friend.
Anymore. I gotta say, I love their design.
Imagine being able to build
I don't wanna
anything just by
imagine.
thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation.
Shut up.
I think they're extremely cool. They're another army that I'm currently collecting. They just released a whole new line of figures very recently, and they look wonderful. Everything from Celestine, the living, literally undying saint, from the triumph of Saint Catherine, which is literally a funeral procession as a model, those organ tanks I mentioned earlier. This shit is the most over-the-top badassery in a lot of the Warhammer universe, and goddamn it is it over the top. But Sisters of Battle are so cool. While I'm a guardsman at heart, oh, this is such a cool faction. By Bolter Shell, Flamer Burst, and Melta Blast, the mutant, the heretic, and the traitor alike are cleansed of their sin of existence. So it has been for 5 millennia, so shall it be until the end of time. And speaking
God, they fuck so hard.
of burning demons,
I can see!
I can fight!
the Grey Knights are the first army I actually collected back in 7th edition. The Grey Knights are a super secretive and much more old school look at power armored knights, except they are all psychers. All of them have that crazy space magic magician shit. For every 100,000 guardsmen, there's one Grey Knight. For every 10,000 Sisters of Battle, there's one Grey Knight. For every 1,000 Space Marines, there's one Grey Knight. Grey Knights are the strongest of the strong, both in mental will and absolute just strength. These are Space Marines that are all high-level psychers, all of them able to specifically do one goal, and that is kill demons. The Emperor believed that the demons of chaos were the number one threat to the Imperium, and he probably is right. However, this group is entirely based on doing that through a myriad of tactics. Coming from the planet, or I guess the moon, of Titan in the Sol system, the Grey Knights are thrown through extremely rigorous training and are as clear of mind and soul as they possibly can be. Since the demons of the warp are the warp and your mind projects to the warp, people can go insane very fast, especially lower level psychers. These Grey Knights need to be able to harness the warp in the presence of demons and stay perfectly sane. One of their characters, one of my favorite characters, is named Castellan Crow. He has a demon blade, the black blade of Mahamahama, and he has to have it on him because it tempts everyone nearby, constantly beckoning them, use my power, use my strength, suck my penis, whatever the possibility. And so he has to keep it on him all the time as this thing whispers to him consistently, and he has to stave it off forever, being alone in his chambers or on the battlefield, because anyone who gets too close to it might be tempted a little too hard. He is that pure of heart and mind.
Just a little too much temptation, you know? I never hurt anyone. No? Never hurt anyone. You should just submit to temptation.
And all the characters in the Grey Knights are basically like that. The only issue is that Grey Knights have a scorched earth policy. more ways than one.
Demon Blade whispers, suck my dick. And then the weak spot, the weak of mine, wind up circumcised. Oh my lord. Look. 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 I want to say, you know, I have a strong mind. I have a strong, devoted mind. And I would be able to resist all the temptations. But I'd be fucking lying. I'm sorry, if a sword fucking whisper in my mind being like, you can have hot, sexy times with my sword wielder. You just need to submit. I'd be like, okay. Oh, the bottoms for a demon sword? Of course. Of course I do. Of course. Would you not? It's a hot, sexy, evil sword. Why would you not? Why not?
If they're fighting demons, demons corrupt and make people crazy. So if I'm a guardsman and I'm fighting demons and the Grey Knights arrive and they kill all the demons, I'm a risk. And so guess who's not making it out of there?
I felt a great disturbance of the force, so here's a rectifying bonk. Till next time. Welcome in, Hottie. Welcome in. Have a pretty good weekend. We're just watching some Warhammer lore. And of course, evil, scary, fucked up universe. I'm into it. When we needed him most, he appeared.
On the tabletop, they're very strike fast, strike hard kind of people. They teleport all around the place. They are fast strike groups, small amounts of models because they're so dang strong. You only have so many characters, but with it, you get in there, you're very tough, very tanky, you hit really hard, and you try to bounce around the battlefield quickly, but you don't have numbers, and so every dead Grey Knight hits really damn hard. They're fun, though, if you like that kind of fast-striking kind of army. Oh, and also, Caldor Drago is a thing. We're not even going to get into Caldor Drago. All right, that is, oh my goodness gracious. I am the...
What's up with Caldor Drago? What did he do?
Hammer. I am the mail about his fist. I am the spear in his hand. Though we are lost, I am the shield on his arm. I am the flight of his arrows. I am the hammer. I am the sword. I am the shield. I am a soldier at the battle at the end of time. Grey Knights are pretty hardcore. They are as holy as you can get for a Space Marine. If you like Space Marines and you want to, you know, that they're holy enough, you want to be holier, Grey Knights. Now, if you want to be holier and big, let's talk Imperial Knights.
Oh. Alright, wait, before we get into this, I have to go to the bathroom again. So again, get up, stretch your legs, do a squat to make your ass fat, go get a snack, go eat some food, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'll see you in a sec. Hello. Hi. Oh my lord, what are you guys yapping about? What are you yapping about? Big Mac's always cool. True. True. Crazy that the only thing me and Cocker don't have in common is that the one is horny and the other is not. Oh no. Hold on, this should be slapping. Are you talking about Mirage? Dude, Mirage is so good. It's the season 2 opening for Call of the Night. It's so good. It's so good. I'm a huge fan of Creepy Nuts. It's okay, you still have a couple decades to get there. Yeah, no, I'm just an anomaly, you know? I'm 22 and fucking horny as shit. Normally it takes decades to reach this mastery of horny, but I'm just right there. I'm just, you know? I'm like the Gandalf of horny. Oh god. The other day a coworker phoned me at work. Yeah, and? What happened? What happened, Hill? They put some fucking comfy or some shit in the song and it's so good. True. True. It's so good. I felt uncomfortable and I just ignored her and she went away. Fair. That's fair. That, you know, that's fair. That's okay. Yeah. That's a fair response. You know? I feel like if someone flirted with me at work, I would just kind of stare at them and be like, huh? What? What the fuck are you talking about? Though I feel like, God, I don't think I'd wanna date any of my coworkers, cause like, the version of me that I present to like, work, it's very different from the real me, like, like I know this might be hard for some of you to imagine, but I am actually very responsible and respectable when I'm at work. But when I'm here, I'm not. You know? Although being called cute is someone flattering, I didn't really know the girl was interested. Oh. You say, so you think you can handle this? Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. What is that emote? Oh my god. That emote is crazy. Oh my lord. You're actually a very different person when you're in a comfortable place. Who would have guessed? I know, it's wild. It's crazy. It's wild how when I'm on stream and I don't have to worry about like losing my job or seeming weird. Like, I can just be a weird little quirky girl. Like, crazy. Wow. Never would have guessed. Oh my lord. Mom. Alright, we're gonna go here. Do that. And then we can get back to it. Let's go. We got another 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
Do you like gigantic walkers the size of homes or medium-sized buildings? Do you want to kill heretics, but you want to kill like 40 of them per turn? Do you want a gigantic old-school knight noble house style of walkers with giant chainsaw arms? Then you got Imperial Knights. Imperial Knights, it's not a whole lot to talk about them because they're just gigantic walkers, but they have this old school, like, house feel to them. Like, literally, like, they're houses. Each Imperial Knight comes from a house, and each of them act in their own special way. These behemoth of walkers also destroy almost everything in their path, killing full swaths of squads in a couple shots, stepping on legions of troops. Like, these things do not mess around, and they look so cool. Imperial Knights and Chaos Knights, actually, for that matter, don't have a whole lot to discuss. They're just super big, heavy walkers, and they look different depending on your house or chaos god you currently believe in. And overall, these things are just really cool if you want to murder everything in your path. They're the big, scary, big unit of Warhammer, and if you want to collect them, go to town. They make for a great painting project, too. Game over back down to Earth. Let's talk something about a little bit different, a little more gold.
My next generation fab let its infinite short is the short of the future.
Shut up.
If guardsmen are regular soldiers, Space Marines are super soldiers, Grey Knights are super soldiers, the Adeptus Custodes are super soldiers cubed. The Adeptus Custodes are the third major army I own. I know, 3 armies. I know, I got carried away, okay? But that's all. I only have 3, okay?
Oh my lord.
They are our final brand of Space Marines, but these ones are super special. Okay, if a guardsman is 6 foot, a Space Marine is 7 feet, a custodian is 8 feet. These are the giant defenders of Holy Terra, which is also Earth. Earth is Terra, Terra themselves. These are the people that literally guard the Emperor's throne room, hence Custodes. These boys protect the Emperor's throne room at all times and are literally like handcrafted people. They're not humans brought up by a gene seer or something. These are all handcrafted super soldiers. I think from a tube. These behemoth of men are like 8 feet, 8.5 feet tall and functionally a...
By the way, Custodes X the Sisters of Silence best ship. Is that the... Is the Sisters of Silence, are they different from the Sisters of Battle? Nope, he gets to them. Is another faction different? Oh. Are they in this one? Oh, they're not in the video. Wait, so... Different, let him cook? Oh. I'm gonna let him cook.
They stand still. Spear in hand for hundreds of years without the need to sleep and barely even the need to eat, watching over the throne room.
Oh, hold on. Let him cook. I don't remember how the meme goes anymore. It's no, hold on. Wait a minute. Let him cook. I can't do it.
Every other area of Holy Terra for their entire purpose in life. And oh my lord, are they terrifying. These custodians put Space Marines to shame. If you liked your super soldiers, these are your super mega soldiers. One of these men can take on probably 3 Space Marines and most likely win. There are many different groups of custodians as well, like the Solar Watch, or there's also one of my personal favorite, the Aquilan Shield. The Aquilan Shield go out to seemingly unimportant individuals and protect them because they believe that they are going to be doing something very important in their lives. For instance, let's say a regular guardsman gets the protection of this giant 8.5 foot tall golden god because that guardsman will end up becoming a general one day or something of that nature. The custodians work in mysterious ways and are almost always outnumbered but never outmatched. These people are pretty horrifying, both on the tabletop as well as in the lore. There are very few of them, however. There's actually an extremely small amount of them, but that's kind of the point. There's only so many of these people that can have war gear this strong, weapons this powerful, and training this good. And the custodians have all 3 of it. For 100 years, I stood my watch amidst the somber shadows of the Sanctum Imperialis. I was still as a statue, but always ready, always attuned to dangers unseen. Days, months, years passed.
This is the one that Henry Cavill collects? Oh, I love that man. I love him. He's perfect. man. What a
Passed
man.
by in a frenzied blur beyond those walls, yet within little moved and nothing changed. For 100 years, I did not but wait. Yet had any threat appeared, I would have struck it down in a heartbeat. For 100 years, I stood my watch, and as it ends, I can tell you this: patience is a weapon. The custodians are the top dogs of the Imperium, and they hurt just that same way. Though I do want to discuss a little bit about the Sisters of Silence before we get out of here, because the Sisters of Silence I also have a few of, and they're really fun, but they don't get enough attention. These kind of bald plume ladies are a whole group of pariahs, or also known as blanks. We'll be referring to them as blanks from now on. So as every mind is somewhat connected to the warp, these blanks are a genetic mutation that has it suppressed heavily. Because of that mind suppression, normal people feel this weird, like, uncomfortable nature when around them. When a Sister of Silence walks past them, you feel ill. You feel just uncomfortable and strange. So most of them don't actually live past childhood, because once they are birthed, they're, well, you know, killed or something at a very young age, because they just emit a horrifying aura. These ladies, however, are guardians of the throne as well for more psychic threats. See, none of the custodians are psychers, so they have a difficult time dealing with major demons and other kinds of psychic phenomena. These sisters are extremely specialized in it, all of them taking a vow of silence as they don't speak, hence the term Sisters of Silence, but they communicate through hand gestures and things of that nature. But if there's a demon issue, if there's any kind of warp-based problem, the sisters are extremely adept at dealing with them, thanks to their blank gene. They normally work a lot of time with the custodians because they have to deal with both kinds of threats, but they're not represented that way on the tabletop. In fact, they only have like one real model for them, which is very unfortunate. I hope they'll get something new soon, because I think they should really be working together as it is that way in the lore, but hopefully we'll get there soon. But if we're talking about blanks, let's talk assassins. It's been a long video. We're about to round it out. We got this and one more human thing, and then we're done. The assassins, though, the Officio Assassinorum, oh boy, these people are deadly. Yeah, they're called assassins. They should be, but oh man, these people will mess you up. So these are from the Officio Assassinorum, a very special organization, and they are handpicked by the Grand Master of the Officio Assassinorum from the
more fucked up than everybody else who's been here?
It's basically an orphan school. Your parents got murdered by demons or something, you get sent to this and you get trained to be whatever. Tempestus Drop Troop, an Inquisitor maybe even. Maybe you get a blank gene and you get thrown into the Sisters of Silence, or sometimes you just disappear. When you are taken, however, you go to one of 4 temples, because the Assassinorum works in a temple style of things. These temples are the Vindicare, Caluxus, Calidus, and Eversor temples. Let's start with the Vindicare. I'm far away. I've been sitting here for 3 weeks.
F-A-B-U-L-O-U-S every day like hello, Moto. She's overdosing.
Carrying the lock zone, you could save a life.
This is actually probably important.
Poof! The Vindicare Temple is the main sniper-based temple. Gigantic sniper rifles for all these assassins. Their whole point is to be able to be in a spot and sit there, eye and scope, for weeks, waiting for their perfect target, taking people out from literal miles away after extremely long time periods. The Vindicare Temple is about precise, perfect aim. There have been reports of Vindicares being able to single out particular body parts from over 2-3 miles away. Temples in the head, the jugular, for instance, and been sitting there after weeks. And when they're ready, take that shot, time is done, packs them up. The Calidus Temple, however, is a lot more about shape-shifting and deviant art. It's mostly a female-based one, or at least it seems to be.
Oh no. Of course the shapeshifters are popular there.
And this allows a lot of body augmentation for certain individuals to be able to kind of transmorph themselves and infiltrate areas that are problems. These assassins will end up taking missions that take them years, 2-3 years, to infiltrate a heretical group and slowly work their way up just to get enough time to put a bullet into the main target's head and then escape unharmed. Or become the main target and sabotage it from within. These are all completely about deception, mind tricks, polymorphing, and everything in between. And lots of drawings. Lots of drawings. The Eversor Temple. Kind of disturbing one. The Eversor Temple is about when you don't want anything to come back alive, friend or foe. You want it all dead. An Eversor is psychogenically conditioned with just psychotherapy and psychological torture to only feel violence, hatred, and anger. It does the Clockwork Orange style of thing of just making you forced to watch never-ending pain and misery and psycho...
Elliot, I was gonna comment, I was gonna be like, so what do you think about them, El? What do you think? Of course,
I guess is the term. And then they pump you full of tons of psychedelic drugs and they cryo-freeze you.
Hell yeah.
And then they
drugs time, baby. Let's go.
Drop you in an area where they just want to make sure everything is dead. And then you defrost, full of just all this insane, mind-boggling psychotherapy and psychedelic drugs. And you just go to town. Yeah, if you don't care if anyone comes back alive. You're like, all right, lost cause, send them in. Finally, there's the most bizarre temple, the Caluxus Temple. The Caluxus assassins are feared even among the other temples. So that blank gene, the people will go to the Caluxus Temple with this as well. And this is where they can harness that to be massively anti-psyker or even just anti-regular people. They are seen with extreme fear and distrust among many, many people. They are described by the Eldar by quote as being pure evil. Imagine that uncomfortable feeling from that blank gene I mentioned, and then imagine them being taught and given equipment to amplify it by 100. If normally regular people feel uncomfortable, now they are basically akin to being a siren wailing directly in your ear. And if you're a psyker, oh no. The sheer presence of a Caluxus assassin is enough for you to tear your skin off. You will rather gouge your eyes out and rip your nails off than even being near this person. The Caluxus assassin is when you want psychers to literally lose their minds, and they will go on their knees and ask you to gun them down because it is a suitable choice over being anywhere near you. The motto of that temple is, that which is unknown and unseen commands the greatest fear. Now for the tabletop, assassins aren't that special. You can call them in no matter what Imperium faction you are, and they do a lot of work for themselves, but at the same time, they're very specialized and require a lot of finesse. And they work the way you generally want them to, though. You want to cause some distortion and weird stuff, you take a Calidus. You want to just murder swaths of infantry and then blow up Eversor. You want to kill that one guy, Vindicare, and if you have a lot of psychers, Caluxus. It's a nice little, like, jack of all trades if you have a specific thing you want to kill. And you get to choose which is really fun. But now, let's talk about the last human faction. We can round this video out before we do part 2, the Inquisition.
Ooh.
We have a lot to talk about with them.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Oh boy. Where do I even begin with the Inquisition?
Spanish Inquisition.
Take every secret police you can think of.
You hear all of that and the first thing you say is hot. You've got the strongest son out of all of us. Look, you know, just their mere presence wants to make me get down on my knees. Just beg. Hot. You know? Do you blame me?
The KGB, the Gestapo, the CIA, FBI, any of these kinds of people. And then mark it up by about 10 and give them the most power in the entire Imperium. No, you know what?
It's absolutely captivating.
Shut up.
Hey, Meta, translate that.
Which one of you is real?
There's writing up there?
So what do you need here? Soft, medium, firm?
Shut up.
Cooling tech you never knew you needed.
I don't care.
How about a queen?
How about this? This right.
I don't think someone needs a sci-fi gene to make you do that. Shut up.
Here, it's not just a quote. This is the imperial motto, the motto of the Inquisition.
I'm ready.
I apologize for my bad pronunciation. Innocentia nihil probat. Innocence proves nothing. The most powerful organization in the Imperium, the secret police, their #1 motto is innocence proves nothing. The Inquisition goes around like the secret police.
I'm sorry. Elliot, you want me to see what now? Huh? What? But also, innocence means nothing. You know? Sounds kind of kinky, you know? Like, I don't care about your innocence. We're getting down and dirty whether you like it or not.
Or like detectives to find issues in the Imperium. And they have different ordos depending on which one we're talking about. The Ordo Hereticus, the Ordo Xenos, the Ordo Malleus, for instance, and a whole bunch of other ones. Hereticus is obvious, they deal with heretics. Xenos tries to find alien threats, and Malleus is demons. They all have different specializations in what they're trying to go for as this Inquisitor. And that's what they're called, Inquisitors. Each of them, as an Inquisitor, has their own free reign to do as they wish. They may have a ship and a crew, and they go out to find problems and interrogate people a lot. They are above the law in every department over Space Marines. Now, the Space Marines might argue against them and stuff, and there might be a lot of blowback, but technically they are above them as Inquisitors. They are looking to investigate and figure out coups and cults and demonic incursions and possible Xenos issues like gene stealers or a new threat coming into an area. They're about learning that stuff and actually doing detective work. And memes aside, they're pretty good at it. The Inquisition having all of this power does make them a little bit power hungry and frantic sometimes. And yes, it is still a bad thing, but most of them are pretty good at their job. And they spend a lot of time being very diligent to make sure that all of these leads they follow are proper and correct. They're basically space detectives with just enormous power and sometimes a bit of a power complex. And we haven't even talked about Exterminatus yet. Exterminatus is deeming a planet unfit to be saved. I deem that this planet is demon infested and taking it back will cost too many resources and is not worth it. I have now committed Exterminatus on this planet. I will now sign the death warrant of an entire Imperium planet as it is unfit to take and better to be destroyed than allow the enemy to hold it. This can mean saturation bombardment. This can mean cracking the planet's core and breaking it apart. Doesn't matter. Render this planet inhospitable to all life. Yes, the innocence proves nothing people are the only people who can choose this planet must die in its entirety. Yeah, you're playing the villain. Now, it is memed a lot, but most Inquisitors are very rare to do Exterminatus. Exterminatus is a very crazy thing. There's only so many worlds that you don't want to destroy all of them. Now, naturally, with the memes aside, there are some people who are a little bit rough on this one. But most Inquisitors generally don't like to do Exterminatus a ton, but it is an option they have. And it's a crazy option when you think about it. Secret Police Inquisition are unfortunately not represented on the tabletop very much. You generally kind of put one in your army if you feel like it. You have a couple special options there and some side content, but they're not really fleshed out very well, and personally they need a lot more stuff put in there, and they really need a lot more effort put into them, and they're not quite where I want them to be. Overall, the Inquisition makes for a lot of the best storytelling as well, because it's a little bit hard to talk about a big story of a whole bunch of Space Marines killing something, right? It's just a big battle story. It's not as interesting. Having that intrigue and that moral dilemma that an Inquisitor has makes for a lot better media. And honestly, the more people do it, I think it's better, because then it adds a little more humanity to the Warhammer horrible, horrible grimdarkness. And wow, we just finished the humans, all right? Come back for part 2 when we talk about Chaos and Xenos, because we got to talk about the 4 Chaos Gods and all the Chaos Marine Legions and the Tau and the Necrons and the Orcs, and oh boy,
God.
we got a lot.
Oh boy.
I'll see you in part 2.
Ah, we did it. We did it. We got through. This rabbit hole is an abyss. I know, it's fucking absurd. It's crazy. I enjoyed the sexy ladies, of course. Of course, I love them. No, yeah, so I see in the media share, I see part 2. We finished the human. God, I wish. No, but so I'm very tempted to watch more in the future, like watch the Mint and Batar special as well as the part 2. Definitely cannot do it tonight, because oh lord, I'm so tired. But I'm like scrolling through some of my memes right now, because I like pulled up a bunch. Did I have any Warhammer related ones? Dun 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 dun. Game Up Demon Hunters. Boom. Oh, Andre. Yeah. Aw, thank you. No, but actually, I want to show you one, just the most recent one that I saw. So, y'all have seen Uma Musume, right? Y'all already know what's up, right? I'm sorry, how have I not heard of Gold Ship sooner? This is what, I just want to show you this real quick. Oh, that's so loud, sorry. Mom. Sorry. She alone makes me want to play Uma Musume. She's so funny. I love her so much. It turns out the real life horror she was based on was a constant asshole. Like, oh, yeah, I saw. Oh my god, what is this one? No. I'm trying to see. Was there any other ones? I'm just gonna show you one more meme, just one, and then we're gonna find someone to raid. Oh, ain't no way we're getting horse racing anime now. Oh, we've been having horse racing anime. We've been having it. I could take you down the rabbit hole with me, but I'll save you tonight. I'll save you from that tonight. But I do. God, I saw this Andre clip, and I had to show y'all. Hold on. Let's do there.
He wishes he had two werewolves inside him, wink wink.
No!
Two werewolves inside him. Talk about a tight squeeze. Andre, you might need a bigger belly to fit those two in.
A belly!
What a heck of a fantasy you've got going on there.
No!
Andre wishes he had two werewolves inside him, wink wink.
No!
Two werewolves inside him. Talk about a tight squeeze. Andre, you might need a bigger belly to fit those two in.
A belly!
What a heck of a fantasy you've got going on there.
No!
Andre wishes he had two werewolves.
Sorry, I saw the one who just cracked me the fuck up. Oh my god. Ugh. Yeah, Ellie, you can suggest someone. Feel free to suggest. Alright, let me do. I'm also gonna look around. I'm gonna see what's up. Werewolves, devil dong, bigger belly. True. Guys, I fucking love Andre. Alright. Guys, thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about Warhammer lore. And I thoroughly enjoyed, you know? I love digging into the hyperfixations and all that fun stuff. Jenna Mamara? Oh, hold on. Let me take a look. Curious. No one in particular. Let's take a look. Jenna Mamara. Ooh. Steel Path Run with viewers. Ooh. Yeah, let's read over into them. Yeah. We're gonna read into Jenna Mamara. They are a Warframe streamer, as well as it seems to be a Monster Hunter streamer. Yeah, let's go right into them. Let's go say hi. Aww. React to random mob people, please. Maybe. I don't know what that is, but maybe. But again. Oh, green femboy. Love. But yeah, again. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for hanging out. I had a lot of fun. And I'll see you next time. Bye.